Good morning, and welcome to the Emerson Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Marietta, Georgia. My name is Michael Myers, and I'm the chairman of the Building IT Committee, a member of the choir, a member of the COVID Task Force, and a member of the worship team. That's why I'm standing up here welcoming the group. As a Unitarian Universalist, we embrace a wide variety of theological thought, ideas, practices, and we honor the inherent worth and dignity of all. You are all welcome here. This morning, we have a special service led by our own Emerson member, Wind Horsley, also known as Gentle Rain, who will be sharing her experience of the Sundance Ceremony. Gentle Rain was born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, with ancestral lineage from the Appalachian Mountains. Seeking a spiritual home, she has worked with pagan ceremonies or communities in Georgia and participated in sweat lodge ceremonies with Tom Bluewolf of North Georgia. When her son was small, she sought out a spiritual community in which he could explore different religious beliefs and different cultures independently and began to attend here at Emerson. Currently, she is a certified Reiki master, yoga, and Qigong instructor. She has walked the medicine wheels teaching 4 times with a mentor and began her first of a 4-year commitment as a sun dancer with the, I'll try to get this right, Yankton Sioux tribe in South Dakota. Each Sunday, we light a chalice in acknowledgement of remembrance of the Cherokee and Muskogee nations of people who lived in this land before us. May this chalice remind us of our interconnection with the impact of our collective actions. May there be healing in all nations of people. Each Sunday we light our chalice as its light will symbolize the Unitarian Universalist. My mouth is not working this morning. Unitarian Universalism, and a reminder of our commitment to be a beacon of love and hope to all who enter. Today's chalice lighting words come from White Buffalo Calf Woman. When one sits in the hoop of the people, one must be responsible because all of creation is related. And the hurt of one is the hurt of all. And the honor of one is the honor of all. And whatever we do affects everything in the universe. Now, in the spirit of beloved community and connection, let's greet and welcome each other to the worship as we all share our congregational affirmation. We need not think alike to love alike.
I want to take a moment to honor that which was called Wamdi Iozanzanzizi, Chief Golden Light Eagle, my Sundance chief. Born from mother, beautiful Sundance woman, and father, black spotted horse, he held 3 titles. He was a traditional chief, Chief Black Spotted Horse, named after his father. His ceremonial name was Chief Standing Elk, and his star name, his Sundance name, how I knew him, was Chief Golden Light Eagle. Chief Golden Light Eagle dropped his earthly robe on July 19th, 2021, a date not easily forgotten to me, as it is also the birth date of my own child. Before he left this plane of existence, he spoke about a time of new beginnings, and I am touched deeply by the symbolic death, birth, cycle significance of this date. Chief Golden Light Eagle was well known for his teachings of the heart. He would say, if you are in your heart, you could do nothing wrong. So in honor of Chief Golden Light Eagle and the legacy he has left with all who knew him, I say to you the words, his words, always stay in your heart.
Good morning. I'm Susan Allman. I serve as a member of our Emerson Pastoral Care Team. We're available with listening ears and caring hearts, and hopefully in our hearts, always, to support you during challenging times. Each Sunday, we pause in the service to share personal joys, sorrows, and concerns of our Emerson community. If you want to contact the pastoral care team to share a joy, sorrow, or concern at a Sunday service, please email pastoralcare@emersonuu.org. Or when you are with us in person, we invite you to write them before the service in the yellow book on the stand in the back of the room. Could someone please bring the yellow book up to me? I should have gotten that. Michael Myers will light our candles today. We light our vigil bowl. Its light represents the light of hope for the peaceful resolution of all conflicts on our planet. Thank you. Thank you. This morning, I share a joy with you today. It's from Susan Allman. That's me. I'm proud of my son, Paul, a founding faculty member in the new Department of Earth and Environment at Rowan University in Glassboro, New Jersey, where he is an assistant professor of dinosaurs. For more than 10 years, he has led digs and explorations and found fossils in the university's Boro Pit, where they recently broke ground for a $25 million fossil museum. I'm so proud and happy for him. I share a joy and concern from Gail Paso. Thank you, everyone, for your prayers and support. My son Kai had surgery this past week, and by the end of the week, at Emory, and everything is going well. He hopes to go home by the end of the week. Now we wait for the pathology report, which should come within 2 weeks. Assuming it is normal, we're done except for periodic follow-ups. He's a trooper. Our hearts go out to Gail and Kai and family. And here's a concern from Ray Gershon. Ray's up there in our booth helping with the AV team, important member of the AV team. Please hold my mother, Jean Gershon, in your heart. She is living with advanced dementia and is currently facing some critical health challenges. Our hearts go out to you, Ray, and your mother. We also know there may be joys, sorrows, and concerns that have not been spoken. Feel free to say out loud, or the folks at home coming on Zoom, the name of someone you hold in your heart today. Let us send our heartfelt caring intentions to all those whose names have been spoken and to all beings everywhere by offering the Buddhist prayer of loving kindness. Please repeat the words after me. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. Be filled with loving kindness. May they be free from harm and suffering. May they be well in body, heart, and mind. May they be at peace. Blessed be.
I have a story for all ages. If I could have my young or young at heart to come and sit with me up front, and certainly those staying in their seats or joining us online will come with me on this journey as well. Good morning. How many people here have an imagination? I love my imagination. How many people have ever been creative? You used your imagination to be creative or make something creative? How many people have heard of Native Americans? Maybe you've studied them in history at school or homeschool, heard about them before. We're going to take a little journey today back in time, and we're going to use those creative energies in your imagination to pretend that you are a Native American living in the northern United States. So take a second to settle into your imagination and conjure up an image of you living in a teepee with your caregivers. What would your clothes look like? What might your Native American name be? How do you think you would learn things during the day? What kinds of foods do you think you would like to eat? Now that you have your Native American life envisioned in your mind, imagine that you and several of your best friends went out onto the plains to work. You are gathering some plants to be used in medicines for your tribe, and you are gathering firewood to use back in the fires back at camp. You are laughing and talking with your friends and having a great time while also gathering these important things for your community. Suddenly, you glance up from working and you see a beautiful woman walking towards you. "Hey guys," you say to gain the attention of your friends. Everyone stops working. Everyone stops laughing and talking. Everyone is silent and they're slightly awestruck at the sight of the woman. She has long, dark hair. She is wearing a white buckskin dress. She has a gentleness and yet a subtle strength about her. You realize at once that she is Wakan, a holy being. She greets all of you in a kind way, and Petuwashte, she says, "Good afternoon. I have things to give your chief. I am asking that you go and ask him to prepare for me." As if someone has poked you, you are prompted into action. "Yes, certainly," you reply. All of the friends gather up the supplies they have collected and run quickly back to camp to tell the elders what they have seen. That night, as Grandmother Moon is high in the sky and the star nations come to twinkle at you, you can hardly sleep with excitement. What could the Wakan woman be bringing the chief of the tribe? What will it mean for the people? Finally, sleep settles over you, In the morning, you start awake with night visions still dancing in your mind's eye from the dreamlands. Is she here? You cry out, hoping one of the adults with you is informed. Yes, says an adult. She is with Chief in the prayer lodge. It is hard to wait. It is hard to be patient. It is hard to do chores while also waiting and being patient. How many people find it really hard to wait and be patient when you're really excited about something? Curiosity is getting the better of you. Finally, you get word that it is time. Chief gathers all of the people to hear what has been given to him. The woman is to be called the White Buffalo Calf Woman, and she has brought the people a special tool to use. The sacred prayer pipe, called Chanupa, to assist us with our prayers. She has also given the people 7 sacred rites, one of which is called the Sundance Ceremony. Special prayer warriors, called Sundancers, will prepare hard for this ceremony. They will gather during the summer months when the morning star called the sun is at its strongest and dance for 4 days in prayer. During this time, they will have a giveaway. The giveaway will be food and water. Dancers are in a holy space. They shall not look at or talk to anyone while foregoing food and water while they are dancing around a sacred tree. This is the Native American New Year, as these sun dancers pray for their people and generate a time of new beginnings, a time of renewal, a time of forgiveness, a time of grace. You smile and you are very happy to know that these sun dancers will be praying for you, for your friends, for your family, for all of the community in such a good way. And you know these prayers will be heard and good things will happen throughout the year. I hope this story has left your heart happy. Now let's sing our song of dedication. The words can be found in your order of service. Hey, honey, wash day. Good morning, Emerson. I am called Gentle Rain. In Lakota, it is Minesh Eshe Wastewi, beautiful flowing waters woman. I am here to take you on a journey to experience the Sundance Ceremony, where together we will weave the web of creation. Let's find ourselves in a comfortable position. You may want to let your upper eyelids to fall gently down on the lower eyelids. Or you may wish to soften your gaze and fixate it on a single point of focus. You may wish to place your hands in your lap and bowing your head, gaze softly into your hands. In front of you is an inipi, a wooden structure covered with blankets and tarps. You bend to enter the inipi, and pausing at the doorway, you press your forehead to the Earth Mother and mentally say an expression of gratitude for the beautiful day and for the healings that will take place. You crawl into the inipi on hands and knees to honor the four-legged creatures that always walk this way. The four-leggeds hold much wisdom. They teach you many things, and you wish to express your gratitude for their wisdom and love of them by humbling yourself and walking the way they do. As you come to your seat within the inipi, you feel the coolness of the earth beneath you, and you take comfort that she will hold you in the times to come. Many people fill the inipi, and they are Matakwie Oasin, our relatives. As you gaze about, Unchi Iktomi, grandmother spider, whispers in your ear, reminding you that all you are witnessing in this moment are your brothers and sisters, your uncles and aunties, for all peoples, all animals, all aspects of nature, all planets and stars are interconnected in this great cosmic web of life. You hear the water pourer call for the tonkas, the rocks which have been heated in the sacred fire. As the tonkas enter, they are greeted ceremonially with songs, for they are the grandfathers. They are the record keepers of this land, and they hold the wisdom of all time and history on earth, for they have always been here. They were here when your ancestors were alive, and they will be here after we pass the earth to its heirs. You hear the steady beat of the drum and the lilting voices of the singers as they call the four directions, west, north, east, and south are honored as the tonkas are welcomed in. Wiok peata tonka oya tewa taya heya naya o ping telo do adogia. You gaze at the red glowing rocks placed in the center of the inipi as if mesmerized. Cedar is sprinkled on the grandfathers, and sweet grass is brushed against them. The aromas reach your nostrils, tickling your senses and awakening you in a new way. The Inipi door closes, and you are now in total darkness. As the water is poured on the grandfathers, steam arises with a hiss, and the Inipi begins to warm. Although surrounded by your relatives, you are also alone here in this place. Enveloped in the warm darkness, there's a strange comfort, as if you were back in mother's womb. You feel safe. There is no traditional sense of time or space. This is your time of healing, your time of singing, your time of prayer. As the rounds progress and more rocks are added, the Inipi feels quite warm, and you go to the cool Earth Mother and allow her to hold you. You release anything that no longer serves your being at this time. You feel the presence of your ancestors all around you. You hear them whisper to you in the stillness, quietly urging you on with love and grace. When it is time to exit the Inipi, the doorway opens again. You begin to stir your body, beginning to wake up the larger physical part of self, raising your eyesight back to the here and now, shifting the eyes open if they have closed. You crawl towards the opening, pausing to press your forehead once more to the Earth Mother in thanks and gratitude. You birth yourself back into the world and reconnect with the relatives all around you. Untitled Ceremony, where you purified with sweats and went out on the hill to cry out to Creator for your vision for this year's Sundance. What big prayer did you choose? What vision or dream came to you to take out to the sacred tree for the earth and all of its inhabitants? You take just a moment to reflect on this prayer. Then, thinking back to just a few days prior to today, you remember working around camp, gathering plant medicines, splitting wood for the sacred fire, and helping to cook and feed the camp. You remember the joy in your heart, traveling out to gaze upon the sacred tree that has given its life to be the center of the circle, to be the sacred Sundance tree. You recall the beautiful ceremony, being lovingly wrapped in prayers, smiling at being in ceremony, surrounded by all of your Sundance relatives and relations, some of which you haven't seen since last year. You feel the drumbeat in your own heartbeat within your chest as the prayer songs echo, bouncing in the spaces of your memory. Your reverie is broken when you hear the sound of a bone whistle calling the dancers to line up for the first dance of the day. Quietly listening to your Sundance chief greet onlookers and giving words of wisdom, you gaze at the beautiful tree adorned with colorful prayer ties and prayer flags, holding tobacco-filled prayers of the dancers and supporters. You took in your last physical sustenance last night and will not eat food or drink water for the next 4 days of dance. Your sustenance will now become your prayers and the energy you take in from the sun. After a day of dancing and sweat lodge ceremonies, you are allowed to go to your tent to rest until the morning star arises again. As you rest, you are open and receiving two important truths filtering in. You know these are from Creator. The teachings are as personal and varied as the individual. As I lay there resting after my first day of dance, what came to me was the sacred Sundance tree. I thought about how it, like we humans, had started out as a tiny seed in the womb of the mother. As the tree is birthed forth from the darkness into the light, part of it is still connected inside the earth through its roots, almost as if that were its umbilical cord. The trunk of the tree being birthed through the earth is one whole trunk. The tree is one whole tree. As it grows up a little bit, you see that it splits in two. This is just like us. We are born whole, but as we grow up, we begin to learn things from the world around us, and we begin to form a personality, and we begin to split. At birth, we are separated from our mothers, and we are taught that we are separate people, forgetting that the joining of the two created the third, and that we are all connected. If I were one of the branches on that tree, I could look over at the other branch and think the other branch is way over there and it is separate from me. Maybe in the springtime, I look at the other branch and I think, that other branch has prettier flowers than I do. And I become jealous. In the fall, I think that other branches' leaves are falling just a bit faster than mine. It must be better than me, and I become sad. In the winter, I look over at that branch, and it seems that the snow shimmers just a bit brighter, and I become angry. If I could, however, change my perspective and look down, I would realize that the other branch and my branch are just part of the same tree. That the tree has roots inside the earth, so the tree is part of the earth. That the earth is in the universe, so the branch of self and the roots of the tree in the earth where I come from is part of the same universe. During the chalice lighting, you heard a quote from Buffalo Calf Woman that read, "And the hurt of one is the hurt of all, and the honor of one is the honor of all." Our eyes are on the outside of our bodies, and they look outwards away from self. Everything we see is a lesson to show us about the inside of self. This tree is many things to many people, but to me, it is a teacher. Its shape tells us what happens in our lives and how to change it. If I am one branch and I am angry at the other branch and I strike out to break it or curse it, I am damaging part of myself. And the hurt of one is the hurt of all. When we bless it and bestow blessings and encouragement and prayers, we are bestowing those things upon ourselves. And the honor of one is the honor of all. In Lakota, black does not have a negative connotation as it does in some cultures or tribes. Darkness simply means you do not yet know something. We could refer to it as unconsciousness or unawareness, whereas light or white simply means consciousness or awareness. In Lakota, not being consciously aware of something does not make you bad or evil. It simply means that you are not consciously aware of something. Now, supposing I am the other branch, the one that is receiving the jealousy, the sadness, the anger. I am aware that the other branch is really just hurting itself, but I know that branch is not aware of this, so I do not injure the other branch back in retaliation. I send it prayers and love. This can be a difficult task at first, as our own experiences in life, the way that we are taught in our own wounds, culminate to cause our thought processes, our emotional and behavioral patterns of reactions. As things come up, I try to remember the hurt of one is the hurt of all, as I continually seek to shift my perspective and heal all those wounded places within myself. Because my eyes look outward, it is difficult to see inward sometimes. I look for the teachers. I look for the lessons in nature, in other people, in my dreams. Bees are wonderful teachers in this vein, because when the lessons come, I always feel a sting. But if I can see the lesson and take the lesson, then all of my inner beauty flower becomes pollinated for better growth. The vision I had during Hamblacia for this year's Sundance was that of balance. In order to have balance, in order to have the unification of self, I must look for the teachers which show me where my imbalances are. When those lessons come, they don't always feel comfortable. I'll tell you a secret, they never feel comfortable. Sometimes I feel upset or hurt inside to know that I am not the perfect person that I would like to be. But I know I must look at what I perceive to be imperfections or flaws to find the imbalances to bring about balance. And the honor of one is the honor of all. I seek to forgive myself for the places where I am in darkness, the places where I am unconscious and unaware. I honor myself as a sacred being of Creator, where I still feel wounded, in all of my humanness. I give myself grace in the spaces where I am still wounded and have yet to heal. Looking at the tree, having grown from inside the earth up to the very top of the branch, we have the free will to become consciously aware and begin to shift perspective and travel back down the tree, back down to where the split resolves, back down to the unification of self, to the remembrance that we are all creating our lives in this huge cosmic web of life in which we are all connected. Aho Mitakuye Oyasin. This next song that we are going to do is called the Forgiveness Song. I feel
Here at Emerson, our vision is to be a radically inclusive, open-minded, beloved community that is a vibrant source of peace, hope, and healing in the world. We know we cannot live this vision alone, so each month we partner with another organization and encourage our members and friends to support the work we do both financially and with action. Today's Share the Basket is a Marty Indian School in Marty, South Dakota. Marty, South Dakota and Marty Indian School are all too familiar with disasters and everyday emergencies. Its remote location requires Marty School to be prepared for self-reliant. Building community emergencies response teams and teen CERT teams on the to-one reservation prepares the members of the tribe to be responsive to disasters and takes the trainees to the victim role and into empowering rescuer role. This fall, 18 staff members at Marty Indian School completed the FEMA certified CERT program. They are also currently training the first team CERT team which exposes the students to career opportunities and first responder jobs, such as fire department, police, medicine responders, and emergency management. The material needs for CERT in Marty Indian School include basic life support first aid kits, uniforms, radios for communications, fire extinguishers, PPE, ID making and scanning machines, disaster response kits, and emergency rations. Our support will make a difference. As our donation baskets go around, don't see any going around. Oh, here they come. Please feel free to take a card which describes the ways to give and enjoy a lollipop just for the fun of it. All donations, unless otherwise specified, are shared equally with Emerson and our partner organization. We hope you've been nourished in heart and mind by our worship today and drummed to death, or whatever you want to call it. As our trias lighting is extinguished this morning, please join me in the final words. They are posted in the chat and in the order of service. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our heart and out into the world until we are together again. Please join us on the fellowship room behind this wall for refreshments and fellowship. Those of you online, please stay tuned, and you will be able to go to virtual breakout rooms for fellowship time. At 11:15, our second hour activities for adults and children and youth begin. Please see the listing in the order of service. Our service is now concluded, but our connection has only begun. And we have a final piece of music.
At this time, I'm asking all of my Sundancers to please rise. And I'm asking all of you sitting, if you are able to rise. And if you have risen, place one or both hands on your hearts. And as you gaze at these sacred prayer warriors, send them your love, send them your hearts, send them your most powerful prayers to take out to the tree this year. This will be our first dance without Chief Golden Light Eagle, and in a time of new beginnings, be our first year with our new Sundance Chief, Heihaka Akichita. May we honor Chief Golden Light Eagle through our dance this year, and may we stay in the flow of changes to come. Padama Ye Yado to each and every one of our sacred sun dancers. And we'll do one final song. This is a thank you song.
and take peace wherever you go. Thank you.